What would happen if World War III began today? Imagine you wake up, reach for your phone, and every app shows the same three words. Not a rising tension or a diplomatic meeting. Just World War III.
World War III.
World War III. World War III.
World War III.
World War III.
World War III.
But the scary part? The first signs wouldn't be tanks on your street or planes overhead. It would be the invisible threads of your life suddenly snapping. Your bank app won't load. Your GPS starts spinning in circles, unable to find a signal. A blackout hits your city, and then the next, and nobody, not even the experts, can explain why. If a world war started today, it wouldn't begin with one big explosion. It would be a silent chain reaction. History books make wars look like a clean game of chess, where every move is planned. In real life, it is messy, fast, and unpredictable. A modern world war could start from a single, simple mistake. A ship bumping another in a crowded sea. A radar glitch that looks like an incoming missile. Or a political crisis where leaders feel backed into a corner with no way out. Today, the world is like a giant circuit where every part depends on the flow from another. Trade, energy, and the internet are all plugged into the same global grid. Decades have been spent building an interconnected world. That also means that if a wire is cut in one country, the lights in another begin to flicker within hours. We are no longer just neighbors. We are parts of the same machine. On day one, the battlefield is not land or sea. It is the device in your hand and the wires under your feet. Governments call this cyber warfare. But for most people, it would feel like the world is breaking. Digital payment systems would fail, leaving people unable to buy even a bottle of water. Social media would become a weapon, flooded with convincing videos and images generated by artificial intelligence, spreading faster than governments could respond. Seeing would no longer mean believing. In the noise of misinformation and rumors, reality would splinter, and every message would feel suspect. While the public struggles with confusion, major powers would race to protect their essential systems. Modern tanks and jets are not just metal. They are computers that rely on thousands of microchips and specialized components shipped from around the world. If supply lines are cut and parts stop arriving, even the most advanced weapons become useless. In this kind of war, victory is not just about troop numbers. It is about who can keep their systems running the longest. By the first week, the world would not split into neat teams. It would be chaotic. Some countries would rush to support allies, while others would try desperately to remain neutral. In a global war, staying out of it is almost impossible. Consider something as ordinary as a loaf of bread. The wheat may come from one country, the fuel for transport from another, and the packaging from a third. If those countries stop cooperating, the connection breaks and the bread never reaches the shelf. Even thousands of miles from any fighting, daily life depends on global stability. Neutrality is not a shield when everything is connected. When the circuit breaks, everyone is affected. By the first month, the war would reach your wallet and your kitchen. Markets collapse under uncertainty, and prices rise rapidly. Food becomes more expensive. Fuel becomes scarce and prioritized for the military. Panic buying would accelerate the collapse. Empty shelves would not always mean true shortages at first, but trust would already be gone. And once trust disappears, systems fail faster than logistics ever could. Rationing would return, even if it does not look like old-fashioned coupon books. It might mean limits on fuel purchases or entire supermarket aisles closed off. Modern societies rely on just-in-time delivery, where supplies arrive exactly when needed rather than being stored. When transport stops, the reality becomes clear. Many cities are only about 3 days away from running out of food. In a world war, just-in-time becomes too late. Hospitals would feel the strain next. Medical supplies, from basic antibiotics to advanced equipment, depend on global manufacturing. A shortage does not need to be total to be deadly. Delays alone can cost lives. Over everything hangs the shadow of nuclear weapons. It is like two people standing in a room filled with petrol, each holding a lit match. Neither wants to drop it, because they know they would both burn. This is why nuclear weapons often make leaders more cautious. Being the first to use one would mean the end of everything. The real danger is not intent, but error. In war, communication breaks down. Satellites are blinded, cables are cut, and leaders are forced to make decisions with incomplete or false information. Exhaustion and fear set in. A computer glitch could look like an attack. Leaders might have minutes to decide whether it is a false alarm or the beginning of the end. If even one mistake is made, the consequences are irreversible. At that point, the war stops being about politics and becomes purely about survival. If nuclear weapons are used, the explosion is only the beginning. A large-scale war would damage the planet's life support systems, from climate patterns to agriculture and food distribution. The global food supply is delicate, dependent on energy, transport, and coordination. War cuts the power to all of it. So how does it end? Usually, it ends when everyone reaches a physical limit. Supply chains are too broken, economies too damaged, and societies too exhausted to continue. There is rarely total victory. Sometimes there is a tense pause, a ceasefire that leaves the world poorer and colder than before. Sometimes there is collapse, where systems simply fail under the pressure. And sometimes there is escalation, when a decision is made that cannot be undone. If World War III began today, the greatest enemy would not be a single nation. It would be speed. The speed of panic. The speed of systems failing faster than they can be repaired. Modern life is a product of peace, a fragile circuit powered by cooperation. The real question is not whether it could happen. It is how many connections can be broken before the whole world goes dark. If you want the next video to dive into the most frightening moment of all, the instant a single mistake pushes the world past the point of no return. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and let us know your thoughts in the comments.